Welcome back, everybody. This is thejonnymar, and I am continuing with Final Fantasy III for the PSP. So in between episodes, I did a little bit of level grinding on the mountain nearby named Dragon's Peak. I got up to level 12 with all my characters, and more importantly, I also was stealing from a particular rare enemy on the peak, and that is the Rustbird. So the Rustbird is one of the few enemies in the game that actually has the Phoenix Down as a stealable item, and also will drop the Phoenix Down on occasion after battle. So I managed to pick up about 4 Phoenix Downs in about 45 minutes of level grinding. So about 1 per character level that I got for my different characters. It is a rare encounter, so it is tough to actually encounter that particular monster, but to me it's worth it to get a couple extras just because, again, you can't buy them in the game. So that is worthwhile to me. So now we're going to head up to the peak because we have to continue and find Desch. He apparently has a mini spell, and also he has destroyed the heart of a nearby woman in a local town. So there are a couple of items for us to pick up on this particular mountain. You do want to be careful of the different enemies because many of them can actually turn your characters to stone. These are an example of one of those enemies. Their physical attack has a chance to petrify each of your characters if they hit you. Fortunately, that did not happen. So you might want to buy some golden needles from the town nearby in order to change those characters back to normal, because obviously a petrified character does not get experience, does not get job points, and cannot be used in battle. So we're also going to head to the north here, and we're going to grab this other chest. And in this particular chest is the arrow spell. So we're going to kill these enemies real fast. We're almost actually done with Dragon's Peak. It is not a long area. And you'll notice I'm not stealing because you're just going to get potions and golden needles from these different enemies. Not really worth it. I am going to try, though, to encounter a Rustbird just so you can see what they're like. They have multiple wings. They have like 4 or 5, maybe 6 wings. And they usually come one at a time. But again, it's a rare encounter, so I may or may not have the patience to find one. Yeah, I was grinding there for a bit, and I gave up. I did that for about 10 minutes. But we head to the peak here, and we are met by the King of Dragons himself, Bahamut. Now, fortunately, he's not just going to kill us. Well, not yet. He's decided to pick us up and bring us back to his nest, because apparently dragons have nests. And in this case, he has little babies. This little baby is named Neo. His other little baby is named Zero. And a bit surprisingly, this baby's name is Richard. So yeah, that's how dragons are born. So let's talk to this particular character, and we find out it is Desch. So he's the man we've been looking for. Yes, we got caught. So did you. Unless, I guess, maybe he climbed up here of his own volition. But no, he indicates that Bahamut also caught him. So basically, kind of a bird thing here, right? Bahamut has brought us here to feed. Oh man, and he's back. To feed to his babies. Let's get out of here. Yes, we should run. And Desch is like, do not think about fighting. He is really high level. He will destroy you. Just run away. Run, 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 run. And we will do so. We're getting out of here. So we're forced into an encounter with Bahamut. You can try to fight him. You will die, most likely, unless you did massive level grinding. So we're going to, who knows, maybe we'll throw a steel at him. Probably not get anything, but with everyone else, we're just going to run away. Because he will do quite a bit of damage. I think his physical attack does around, I don't know, 1,000 damage. Okay, a little short of 1,000 damage. And I like how he targeted the one character that was trying to steal from him. And we ran away, like, I don't know, a couple feet away. And that apparently got us far enough away that Bahamut gave up. So Desch is going to give us the mini spell, which is useful because we need that in the next area of the game. And then he wants to join our party. We're like, sure, we like party members. I mean, we're at the max of 4, but we do have this extra character slot, so it's free right now. What do you think, Refia? Refia's like, why are you asking me? Well, 3 guys, adding a 4th guy. Is that something you're comfortable with? And she's like, sure, but you better go back to Selena. And he's like, I mean, I'd like to, but I have amnesia, of course, and I know I need to be doing something. So I can't go back until I remember what it is I'm supposed to be doing. We're like, sure, okay, whatever. That makes sense. Let's get out of here. So he joins, we get the mini spell, and we are going to take a massive leap off of this mountain. That's right, we're not using the teleport spell. We're not going to climb down slowly and carefully. We're just going to jump off the top of this mountain. And we're actually going to jump quite a ways, because we're going to end up way to the west. Now, fortunately, if some of your characters died, you'll notice you get a free heal after this encounter. As long as you survive, you're okay. So we're going to head down to this particular little forest here. And notice there is a gnome in the forest waiting for us. Now we're going to teach the mini spell to one of our characters so they have access to it. And in this case, the only one who can use it is one of our red mages. And we do that because if you talk to the gnome is like, hey, I come from a village nearby, and the only way to access it is to be small. So I will give you a mini spell. So if you don't have it in your inventory, they will actually give you another one. So you technically can teach it to all of your characters, and then he will continue to give it to you, or she. So, I mean, I don't think you can sell magic in this game, so it's not like you can really profit from this, but that's entirely up to you. There are 3 healing springs in this particular area. 1 recovers status, 1 recovers HP and MP, and 1 revives your characters. So because we're going to be minied, we're going to actually change our characters all to magic classes. Because under the mini spell, your stats are dropped to 1. And so wearing certain armors doesn't really help you. Your attack power is going to be negligible. So the only way to really damage enemies is to use magic. So let's do that. We'll change them all, we'll re-equip them, and put magic on all of them. All right, so we're re-equipped. Everyone is a magic class. We'll change them all to the mini status. We will heal, and then we'll head out, and we'll try to find this village of the gnomes. Now you also can shift your characters to the back lines. That's actually recommended. My hope is I can get to the village before I actually get into an encounter. But if you're worried about that, feel free to shift because you may get in a random encounter here, and enemies obviously are going to do quite a bit of damage with your defense being so low. But we find the gnome village. Hey, thanks. We appreciate the welcome. So, tiny little village with tiny little people. They're going to tell us a little bit about the area, the Myranos range, and there's a tunnel that actually goes there, so that'll be the next area we have to get to. We'll have a new letter, actually, from the Elder, from the original town. And he notes that a traveling merchant came through riding a chocobo. Yeah, chocobos are cool. I mean, we can't breed it or anything in this game, but pretty awesome. We'll talk to everybody. The shops really don't have much. I mean, they do sell pretty much all of the magic that you could have picked up previously, and that's because you're supposed to be mages. That's really the best route to go in this particular area. So they want to make sure that you can pick up spells and be prepared. In terms of items, there's not much new, really. You can buy gnomish bread, which again is a special item that allows you to access the map. So in this game, you actually cannot access the map automatically by using the, little trick you could in the first 2 games. In the first game, from the start of the game, and in the second game, once you got Scott's Ring. In this game, you actually have to use the sight spell, or you have to buy gnomish bread and use it. Not really that useful. We'll just wait till we get the sight spell. The game's pretty linear at this point, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, that's going to change very quickly, because once we're through with the next area, the next dungeon, the game's going to open up quite a bit. But fortunately, I know where I'm going, and I'll show you exactly where you need to go. So we're kind of at a dead end here. They said, essentially, in order to get to the nearby mountain range, you need to use a tunnel. But the only one who knows how to get to that tunnel is the physician, and he is currently sick. So we got to help the physician. First, we're going to raid his house, though. If we're going to help you, we expect good stuff. So we get some bracers, a fire staff, and we're also going to get some magic. So that's a good spell, the 2nd level fire spell, and the 2nd level cure spell. So the doctor's like, ugh, I need an antidote, and don't try to give me a placebo. So we'll give him an antidote, and if you don't have any antidotes for some reason, you can buy them in town. And apparently it was food poisoning. Yes, you really shouldn't be eating random berries. And his most treasured secret is the tunnel. The tunnel that'll allow us to continue. Now the switch was just in that lamp. I mean, really, considering where switches have been, that's not super surprising. I'm sure we could have figured that out, but obviously the switch is not accessible until you help him. So we did it! We helped another person. So let's continue onward. First, we're going to equip some of that magic that we got. So remember, we got the 2nd level fire spell and the 2nd level cure spell. So we'll throw those on our characters. And then we will continue onward. So in the tunnel, you will actually face random encounters. So we're going to move our characters to the back row to protect them. Because as you notice, their defense is 1. So they're going to take a lot of damage if they get hit by physical attacks, which they will. Now, the one benefit of armor still, so armor will not give you physical defense at this point when you're minied, but it will still give you magic defense. So if you fight enemies that use magic, your armor will still allow you to resist that magic. So after grabbing those 2 chests and heading through the tunnel here, nice little skull. I like that effect. Really showing that we're minied. There aren't any secrets otherwise in this tunnel, so no secret items, no secret areas, nothing like that. And the only way we can really attack enemies is to use magic. So again, we're going to throw some basic magic spells at them. It's only a 2-tunnel area, and both of the tunnels are pretty short. So if you want to grind a little bit in this area, you can. It's entirely up to you. There is going to be an inn in the next cave that we're going to after this tunnel, so you will be able to heal. But you're not getting a ton of experience or really anything good. So I'm just going to head through. So one more area. Keep up, Desch. Lots of dead stuff in this area. Not sure who was coming through here. Or I guess maybe the animals were bringing stuff back here to eat. But it looked like human skulls. So we're going to save. And then we're going to head into the Viking Cove. So this area is populated by Vikings. And that is actually a class you can get later in the game. But for now, we cannot. So they are going to lament us with some stories about the fact that their entire armada, all of their ships have been destroyed by the Nepto Dragon. Nepto. Let's go with Nepto. So there was an earthquake, and then all of a sudden, the Nepto Dragon went nuts and basically started attacking everyone who went onto the water. So as you might expect, as we pick up a secret dagger here, that is our next sort of objective to accomplish. We have to figure out a way how to pacify that dragon. So we're going to get some intel here, do a little recon. And they note that the temple is actually at the end of the cape. So that's probably important, right? That might be where we have to actually go, because I'm sure talking to the dragon is probably not going to be helpful. So we have an inn, We also have items we can purchase. We're gonna grab a couple of Maiden's Kisses. We're gonna replace our antidote. Make sure everything's we have a couple of each item, just in case. And then we'll heal. I notice I'm still in mini status, and that is because we still have to be small to access the Nepto area. Now, you can change back to regular form if you want to do level grinding in the forest area, and then just reuse your mini spell. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to head onward, so I'm just going to leave my party members as minied. So a couple more hidden areas, a few more hidden items to pick up. This Pop's character. So down here we have 2 chests. One has a Viking axe in, pretty sweet. The Viking is a melee class, kind of a souped up version of the warrior. I may show that off a little bit later. I'm not a huge fan of the Viking class, and obviously we can't access it yet. But, you know, maybe I'll just show all the classes and show you kind of what they can do. And then this healing kind of spring here recovers characters if they've died. Now, if you head over to the right, we have another Moogle. So if you didn't pick up the letter previously, you can get another shot at it. No new letters, though, other than that one. But more importantly, why we come to the Moogle is that if you head south from the Moogle, there's another hidden passage. And this is an important one, because it actually gives you all of the elemental spells. So the second level element spells, you get 1 copy of each. So that gives us 2 copies of Fire 2, a copy of Blizzard 2, and a copy of Thunder 2. So now each of our characters actually has a level 2 elemental spell. And here's one of the few female pirates. I guess. Yeah, men can freak out at some of the smallest things. So this is the chief of the pirates. Now, when I first played this game, I didn't notice that that was actually a nose guard on his helmet, so I thought he was wearing like a breathe strip. Maybe he had a sinus infection or something. But no, I think it's a nose guard. Otherwise, that helmet isn't doing much for him. Not the traditional Viking helmet, kind of a subdued version. But he says, if you take out the dragon, we will let you take our ship. Which is nice of them, because they have no ships. That's their last ship. And this guy says, do not go on the ship yet. That sea dragon will attack you. I'm sure he's just exaggerating. The Nepto Dragon cannot be that bad. So there's one more thing we want to do in this area. We want to talk to this guy. Again, reiterating, if you board the ship, you're going to get attacked. But, more importantly, we want to fire this cannon. Now this is really important for a secret item later in the game. Make sure to fire it 2 times, and no, it's not. It's just a little extra thing. So we're gonna head out, we're gonna save, and then we're gonna take on the dragon. So I'm sure they're just, you know, making up stories here. We're gonna get out of here. This dragon can't be anywhere near as bad as they say. We got brand new magic. We are ready to go. We can take this guy out. So let's use our level 2 spells. We'll blast him with some magic. Maybe we can actually mini him. What do you think? That would be kind of funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Well, we still could mini him. Oh man. Yeah, this isn't so good. So again, in the immortal words of King Arthur from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, we should probably run away. So next time, we're going to head up to the Nepto Shrine. We're going to try to pacify this dragon, and then we will continue onward. So as always, viewers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. So long.